about 15.
Hey, good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Atchison County Commission meeting for Tuesday, June 4th. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Father John coming.
I haven't heard from him, but he did confirm that he would be at this date. So.
Okay. Maybe we will just move on to the Pledge of Allegiance, and if he comes, we'll let him do that. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment. Seeing none, approval of the minutes. Did you guys have a chance to read the minutes attached?
Yep.
Okay, so
Smooth. Second.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Rivas?
Good job, Jody Moore, running the blood drive for a haul last Friday. So the county employees there along with the public, so that was successful. It also mentioned the fairgrounds. I went out there Saturday, like 12:30ish or so for about an hour and a half. I had to be somewhere else later in the day, so I went out early on. Walked all around out there and talked to a lot of people. It was kind of just starting to get a little busier when I left, so it'd be a bit later today or not, but it was a nice event. I thought it was going to be a nice event. It wasn't going too good when I got there, but it was good.
Yeah, I went. They had a good crowd because they sold out of food and I think at lunch and in the evening.
That's awesome.
So and for the first one, first fundraiser that they've had like that, I think they had pretty good crowd.
That's great.
Yeah, very nice. And it was really surprising. I mean, that's a little bit our 7,500 that we give you every year for maintenance out there. They have now completely the whole cattle barn is all concreted and they had that thing spick and span.
Yeah, look
It
good.
was a nice venue. And they had tables in there. That's where they had the dance was in the cattle barn. So, I mean, that they have to plan and do so much a year incremental, but I mean, they really got that looking nice.
Yeah.
And I think their plan is to redo the hog barn yet before fair this year. So they've got a ways to go.
I don't know if you can try to do it that quick.
I think they're gonna try to rip them out, but they're going back with a similar construction because they can't. Something like that with the uneven floor because they've got the troughs and stuff. They can't really change up the floor plan, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
So they're gonna have to kind of go back, but there's a lot of the bottom of the fencing is rotted.
I went out there, but I walked through there. It's pretty rough.
So I think they're gonna try to do that yet this year. Support your local fair.
Nice. I did not get a chance to go. Joe and I were out of town this weekend, but I'm glad to hear that it was a success. If they sold out of everything, that's really exciting. So awesome. All right. New business. I have a few items here for approval that are not on the agenda. I have 3 county right-of-way permit applications. The first one is for One Gas Incorporated. They're renewing the service line to the property at 12500 North 302nd Road in Lancaster. Do I have a motion to approve? Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0.
All 3 of those were railroad.
They're different locations, though.
Okay.
Yeah. The next one is also for One Gas, but this one is renewing service line to property at 5217 Sherman Road for compliance work. Do I have a motion to approve?
So
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. And the final one is also for One Gas. This is renewing the service line to the property at 22575 210th Road, Atchison for compliance work. For a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So I have a purchase order, to Varney and Associates, for our audit services for December 21st, 2023. It's budgeted expense out of county general for 15,000. Do I have a motion to approve
Who's for?
the audit?
Oh, that's right. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, just want to point out that they will be coming to our meeting. The finance director has them set up for June 18th at 10 a.m.
Yep.
So the Barney Associates will be here to go through our audit findings and,
So the budget amount. So,
yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yep. so, okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Okay, I also have, a membership invoice. If we want to do a membership with MoCan, Regional Council for the 2024 and 2025 membership, they're asking for 1,598.45. So, do I have a motion to go with them, or do we want to discuss it? I know since I've been here, we have not been a member with them. I think historically that we were, but now that we have a finance director writing grants and different things for us, we did do a grant with them for the roof, historic preservation grant. But I think, again, with our resources internally, we were able to do most of it in-house. I think if we're looking to join a council, I would be interested to look at others. I know that we're like, what was the word?
Dating.
Dating, thank you.
Yeah.
With Mark.
That's their words.
Yeah, and I would like to, dig in deeper with different relationships and networking before committing. But
I mean,
it's, it's nice to take part when they have they have different meetings they invite us to, and, we go to, and they were at the CDBG grant, so the road show this year, so.
I think we were founding members actually formed that.
Really?
Yeah, either the city or the county, but I forget how they did it back then, but yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
I think you're right. Well, I think we're at a level past what they're provided sometimes, honestly, so
Okay, are we good with not joining this year?
I'm an area.
Okay. We have an executive session. 20 or 30 minutes,
How long?
20 or 30 minutes.
What do you think?
Non-elected personnel.
And that would just be HR and county council. I'll move the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 10:10 a.m. to discuss personal matters of non-elected personnel as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B1. And that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the privacy rights of the employee. That the board come out of executive session in 20 minutes in the commission room of the courthouse, in the courthouse basement, and those present will be 3 commissioners, HR, and county council.
Second,
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3 this evening. Okay, we are back in open session. Mark, you got anything for us today? We got a 2-hour window until, was the sheriff able to come any earlier or?
Like, he might be able to,
Okay,
he might,
that might be,
I can reach out to him.
if he's able to.
So,
He's on.
he's on here.
Do you have plenty copies of these? Okay, perfect. Just making sure. Okay, you have every other one, so I assume. Thank you.
I was pretty bad at home.
Yeah, I got you covered. No, I really don't have anything else for the budget, really.
Okay.
Like we kind of discussed this morning, I have the county workbook ready to go, but just kind of waiting for our June certification to get done and what our mill levy is. Oh, you did? Okay, correct.
You get the online. I guess we get asked this. You get the online question that came from Mrs. Kim.
Yeah, I forwarded to the sheriff.
Okay. I
When the question was just a.
well, wanting to know which officer, which I asked the county attorney thought, like, typically it's Officer Thomas, but didn't know since there was several.
Yeah, I was saying names, so it's kind of.
Incident or something that
No, it was
happened.
a positive, like, just great. Like, we really appreciated how this gentleman,
Probably did.
or yeah.
Well, I thought
handled
maybe there
himself.
was something that went on and then. it
I have
was-
no idea.
No,
I didn't ask, I was just trying to find out who, I mean, it sounded like she just wanted to compliment them.
very nice.
Everybody likes compliments.
Purchase order, to pay senior village pass-through money. If we want to approve that today, sure, to just have a check that I'll receipt in and then we'll pay them out.
Okay.
Earlier, we were talking about some of the collectibles. Yeah, that's out on that. Some was referred to as money that went to the buyer. Have they been
That's-
forwarding us?
Yeah, that's what I'm working.
Okay,
They get money, just like, we get money, and,
I knew we'd been on the giving back end of it.
Yeah.
I so more than so than seeing what's been coming in, so that was my question.
Yeah, there's some of it, they have some of their insurance switched over to where it goes to them and then they get the full chunk, but they have to issue part of that back to us. And then we get some the same way. So then we have to issue them a check.
He's saying responding to her. About that.
Okay, thank you.
So it's just a purchase order for $4,368 to pay out of the pass-through fund. I have a check to deposit in there, and then that will be to pay it out.
For a motion to approve the purchase order as presented from our finance director for $4,368 for the senior village pass-through fund. This is money received after the sale dates that is due to Ensign.
Some of
Say it.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Passes.
Thank you.
Check, put that in about 15 minutes. Perfect. Do you have any county councilor updates this week, Pat?
I think we're working on having the tax sale ready to file. We got the abstracting back, which I know I told you last week. I think we paid the bill for.
And are we shooting for February again?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
The process was that we started.
60, no, 60.
Oh, 60 should be. That's less.
Guys have a chance to look at this week's expenses. Have a motion to approve the expenses for this week.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Six, 3-0.
Commissioner Quinn, you'll be here next week. Is there anything particular? You know, make sure we do or do not discuss or work, take action on it. Is there anything in your mind?
No, because I think we have everything penciled in for the next week for the
Yeah.
budget. All the things. If there's anything you want me to discuss, I'll be at NACO in Washington DC, so. I told Mark to give me like, after he met with the GIS people, he was kind of doing a bullet point list of all the main things that we're focusing on for funding, just to keep in the back of my head when I'm up there meeting with people, so.
And grant opportunities.
Yeah, what's on the agenda for next week?
Our agenda?
You don't believe anything.
I think.
Yeah, anyway.
I guess that's where I'm going to be. Need a meeting next week or?
And actually, next week falls before the date to get the budget mill established, so we can't really do anything with budget till the following week anyway.
Does it make sense to have a meeting? I
I
mean,
mean, it's like today, we're sitting here, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
well, we've actually got a few things here today, but I mean,
Yeah, next week, there's not even like much shop. Because Road and Bridge isn't coming until the 18th. So you have Barney and Associates.
The 18th.
We did the sheriff dispatch today, so what's left, I mean, just it, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
After Joe, that'd be everybody.
either cancel it or have an abbreviated meeting. I mean, in case something shows up, we'll be come in for like for an hour. Can we do that? Just do our 9 to 10 a regular workshop and then 10 to 11. 10 to 11, or if there was something major carried on, we could go till business finished.
Basically, it would be 10 o'clock until the finish of business,
Yeah. But we promised to be here till for an
but
hour.
I won't, yeah. But then it would,
That sounds good, because we're at the workshops, and we wanted to talk with Road and Bridge about a couple things. In the workshop.
I hate canceling meetings because a full week out, we don't know what's gonna be
Yeah.
here or not.
Yeah, I like that approach, though, just to abbreviate a meeting, because here. I'm available all week anyway, so or something, that's a question.
I think that makes more sense.
We threw out some ideas on the agenda to start putting in the public comment. Phrase on the agenda, do we wanna? Start doing that? Really, I'll talk about, we didn't, did we, no. On the agenda, having that statement about how much public comment. Similar to what the city does, where it says this would be a non-agenda topic. Keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Just so it's kind of a. I mean, it has something we could read each time, we can just post it on the agenda, which
I posted on the
I
agenda.
kind of like it on there, it's just everybody knows there's rules, yeah.
I like that because it's kind of makes things concise. Somebody can't say, well, I didn't know.
Just modify the phrasing that they already used. They changed it 2 or 3 times while I was there, so he.
I have something that prints all the time when I do like the unapproved minutes. That states that the minutes are unapproved and it always prints on the agendas. You could just put that in the public comment and it'll always.
Phrasing that fits.
Did we get additional opioid money?
Yep.
Oh,
Is that the last?
No.
I got it,
Why did you answer?
yeah,
We got notice that we were, to get some, I didn't know whether.
I got an email on the 30th, but I was just curious how much we got it.
Yeah.
And that has specific ways it can be used, correct?
Yes.
Free opioids for everyone. Yeah.
So we received 7,512.57.
Thank you.
So that makes our balance to be 18,859.03.
Can that money be used for our payment towards helping with the crisis stabilization center?
I don't know. We'll look into that.
I would think it would be.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it makes sense. To me, but
Or have we expended any of that? Since we
Yes.
started, What have we been using? it for?
The county attorney and EMS both had, I think, interest in it.
EMS.
We bought the cardiac. That's what Steve is.
Yeah, we spent 20,188. For those cardiac monitors.
Yeah.
In June of last year.
And I would have to ask Corey, but I thought he still wanted to replace maybe two more, one more, but he had it a couple years ago or something like that. He had one old one. So
Yeah. Sent me that inventory list. Let me look.
it's, 20 grand and Earl Smith. But did we buy two? And I think he needed one more. So,
Yeah, it's
no,
pulling up. Yeah, it was an email he sent on. Or I guess I forwarded to you guys
Oh.
on January 23rd. He gave us his inventory of everything and the dates. Did you say life packs?
Yeah, that's. Cardiac monitors.
That's what it's called.
Because I don't think they were updated. Maybe. But yeah, there's another one on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's several on the inventory sheet.
Are they all exactly the same name and model? Those are one of them is different.
So 3 of them are Life Pack 12s. They all have their individualized serial number, but they were 2002 with a question mark. There were a couple of 12s, so they all seem to be Life Pack 12s with different serial numbers. Some were 2006, 2002.
And they're
Which those 2002s, I just need to clarify, those might have been the ones we updated. Because they look to be the oldest from his list. Then there was another 12 with a serial number, but the date isn't on it.
we could ask him that.
Yeah, I'll find out.
In the meeting from April 18th of 2023. This was the same, looked like it was only one for the bid opening for a Life Pack 15. Cardiac monitor and defibrillator. One bid was received. April 18th. Corey Scott, EMS Director, appeared before the board with a purchase order to Master Medical Equipment for a Life Pack 15 cardiac monitor and accessories in the amount of $20,188. Commissioner Rivas made a motion to approve the purchase order to MME in the amount of $20,188. Commissioner Knoll seconded the motion and then called for a vote. It does not actually specify it was with that opioid from
Okay.
previous conversations it was.
Yeah, I think you replaced that one. That's the 15. I think the oldest one became kind of a backup or something like that. So we have to,
Yeah.
seems like there's something like that. We need to just have a report. But at any rate, if we plan one, we're with the county attorney, do we give money to her for part of this too?
She was just inquiring about it as well. Her and Corey both were the ones that were just
Okay.
could have a fit for.
And the other thing was, how are we funding the Narcan pins that they carry now? I think the sheriff carries them in their cars. I think the EMS, they have several. So are those funded? Could they be funded through this as well? There's gonna be
Some of that came down through, was donated or was,
Source.
I don't know exactly where it came from,
Obviously,
because,
so. Initially, yeah.
because I know like the health department got a certain amount of that, but then they were restricted on about who they could turn it over to.
Alright.
Talk about that later.
Mark, do you recall some funding for Narcan? Pens?
I believe you can get grants for it.
Did we get some already? You know,
You can use that, opioid money for that.
That'd be good.
I know our budget, we used to already monitors.
For ourselves, when we get to.
Right. Purely selfish motivation.
But no, I think that's a good place, because that is very prevalent, needs to be out in the community. I mean, that'd be, I think, about the most appropriate place to put that. So might look into where that could be, who that could handle. You know, I think there might be a little bit of liability of, you know, who is handling it. You know,
So if that's good Samaritan calls or something, that word. Here we get too much trouble.
yeah, but I think it's not the administration, and it's almost like implying that it would get in the hands of people that we're intending to use, so it's like when they, if they know they got a fallback system there, that it makes the actual usage easier. So I think they kind of want to keep it in the hands of a certain responsibility or a certain,
Anybody can buy it.
if they can.
Yeah.
They've changed that then
Yeah.
since.
Our safety committee looked into, had questions about having a supply within the courthouse. Kind of like first aid kit. And I, sought out advice from the EMS, chief, and he said, you know, it is available at the health department. SO has it and EMS. So the need for it to be within like an office here, he would suggest, his recommendation was to keep it with the first responders. Because we would have to do, training on that as well for every individual.
Can we keep an EpiPen here somewhere?
No, so we did have that question come up too. So EpiPens are prescribed.
Right.
And so, we would be able to accommodate to somebody that needs to have it on them. As far as buying something for them to be able to wear or have it somewhere, but, supplying it just as a general base.
It would require a diagnosis to really know if they needed it.
Yeah, we would need to know that it was secure because it's prescribed medicine to that individual.
You the sheriff printed out already too, Mark. You the sheriff also printed out.
No,
We didn't have anything too.
no,
We already did that.
we did that one.
Okay.
Do you?
Oh,
want-
that's right.
Do you-
That's right.
I can bring forward.
No, no, I've got it. I'm just
You're
saying.
gonna send us the breakdown Excel? Okay.
There's no changes to that.
No, and there's not one for,
Joint communications either.
There's a lot of shifting, the change of EMS and all that, so. Trying to figure out where to put it.
So I wanted to let you guys know, Ian left the Globe.
The gentleman that was here.
Yeah. So Mr. Howie had sent me a message just apologizing because he's gotta be the person for everything now. So just if you guys have anything pertinent that you want to get to him directly, it would be appreciated probably to like get to him directly. And I think everyone still has this contact, but which that's sad because I know James felt the relief when Ian was there and Ian was doing a good job covering a lot of things, so.
I forwarded the email that Corey Scott had sent back in April to all three commissioners about the Narcan, just for information. I forwarded the Narcan and the EpiPen
Oh.
email that Corey sent back in April, just for information.
Has there been anything update on the right of way acquisition? Does that need to be,
I think we probably would want to have an executive session next week when Joe's back. Yes, we've had a lot of communication
okay,
over the last week, but nothing is urgent.
okay.
Is there any you communicate today on cases here, because that's what she went in.
If you want to go into executive session, you can do that
I think it'd be good to get updated.
10 or 15 minutes.
So should we do it after? I mean, did he said he's coming in 15 minutes?
Yeah, we'll do
I
it
just-
after.
Yeah, I'd hate to.
Yeah,
Now, oh yeah,
Yeah.
here he is.
I hadn't heard that.
We're just gonna go to executive session for a half hour. We'll be right with you.
We're kidding.
I'm teasing, but we really are, but we're gonna do it. after.
We were looking
No.
for something to do. No.
We can know you're.
Seriously, I was just,
We can do it after.
Seriously, yeah, I got one.
no, it was only gonna be 15 minutes anyway, so it's
Come
all
on.
good.
We're good.
We were looking for something to do and then somebody said, well, you're coming, so, and you're here, so.
Thank you.
I seriously can't. Now, we're going into work session.
All right, so we're moving up the 12:30 2025 budget workshop for county dispatch joint communications. You're in the budget outlook with finance director. We had a light agenda today, so we're gonna go ahead and adjourn into budget workshop and come back when we're finished. Do I have a motion to, sorry, not adjourn, recess into budget workshop?
So much.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0.
Anything.
Is it,
Okay, we are back in open session. I believe we have attorney-client executive session 15 minutes.
okay, I'll move the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at, I don't know, what's the time?
1:32.
1:32 PM for consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B2, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the confidentiality of the discussion, and that the board come out of executive session in 15 minutes in the I got the wrong. 15 minutes, board come out of executive session in the commission room in the courthouse basement. And those present will be 3 commissioners and county council.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Okay, we are back in open session. Any public comment? Seeing none, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So move. Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0.
got
at
stereo.
47. Yeah, everybody's ready.